basketball, a bit of soccer. Will the sprinting keep going indefinitely, or is it vulnerable to other sports?
Well, definitely. The track and field, I don't see it dying anytime soon because you have a bunch of young athletes coming up. You have Julian Ford, Mikael Ashmead, Johan Blake. They're all young. And Blake, I think Blake is just 24, somewhere there. So we have a very good youngsters coming up to take over after all the folks move on. And you say, well, he's still pretty young, so people keep asking when is he exiting the sport, but I don't think he needs to exit anytime soon because he have a lot more in him.
Okay, last one from me before we open the questions up. Football, do you follow it?
Yeah.
Who are you shouting for?
Well, I have two teams. I don't know if I should support two teams, but I have Brazil and Germany.
Make a good final, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, questions from the floor.
Yeah, no question. Nesta, can you talk about your motivation for this year? You started off a little slow, 10:02, and you hadn't hit 9 yet. It's kind of like a slow progress, really coming into the season. Is it changed because of there's no World Championship or Olympic?
I wouldn't say start off slow because most persons haven't even run yet. Justin is pretty much the only one been running 9. You have Richard Thompson on 9 now, and Jesumo, probably 3 or 4 persons. So the season is still young. We're just in the beginning of June. So going over when we get into Europe, things should be shaping up a lot more. And I ran 10:02 the other day. I'm very pleased with my run. We had World Indoors, so training was a bit different this year. So we're just getting the groove for the outdoor season. So things looking good right now.
Right here next.
Good morning, Nesta. How are you? It's Mishi Boo, 93.5. I hear you talk about being old. First question, how old are you? And the second would be, on the world stage, who is your rival? Who is the athletes that you have to watch out for, to keep up with?
Well, first, I must say I'm 28, and I'm very
young.
Very young. And pertaining to the rivalry, I think once you line up in that race with me, you are a rival, and you are a threat to. You are a person coming out to win the race, so I don't take anyone lightly, especially the young ones that want to make a start, make their name seen and heard of. So I don't really take anyone lightly.
So everybody's a threat.
Everyone is a threat.
Thank you.
Yes, front row.
Have you confirmed your availability for the Commonwealth Games?
Well, we have a national trials in 2 weeks, and the federation will pick the team based on your performance.
But you are looking forward to Commonwealth?
I'm looking forward for the Commonwealth Games. I've never been, and most of the athletes that are running now for Jamaica, I don't think they have ever been. So everyone pretty much excited and want to go and dominate this one as well.
Well, the good news is we can guarantee you exactly the same weather as today in Glasgow. Yes, gentleman here in the check shirt.
How much do you know about Scotland?
Not much. Not much at all. I've never been there. So we're pretty much excited to go there and see what it's like.
We'll go here.
What's your time goal tomorrow?
Well, I want to break 10 seconds. I want to break 10 seconds and run sub 10. Anything under 10 seconds.
Any specific strategy do you have?
I can't give out that right now.
Can you talk about your motivation coming out last World Championship? When you get you achieve your first individual medal, which is the 3rd place medal. How does that motivate you coming into this year?
Well, it's not my first individual medal, but
Your first outdoor medal.
Okay.
I'm glad I got the stats.
Okay. It motivates me a lot. Tell that I still have a lot in the tank, and I just need to keep working hard, stay focused, and regroup for this year. So my biggest aim right now is to do well at the national our national trials and come out and just hit in the nines. And once I get my grooves on, I know I can go back to 9.7.
Yeah, Dean.
Oh, right, sorry. Nesta, I remember you told me once that 200 metres used to be your pet event, and that you were thinking you might have another go. Any chance of that anytime soon?
Well, I ran one this year and I think I did pretty decent, 20.5, and that was early this year. I spoke to coach about running some more and he said he will see what happened during the season, but I'm looking forward to run a few more this year, so my 100 can be a lot faster.
Yes, Nesta, I noticed that you have led off all the 4x1s, the top, the world records, all of that, right? Which other position do you feel comfortable running?
Well, my favorite position to run on the 4x1 is the third leg.
Third leg?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm left-handed and I call it the button in my left hand, and I'm a pretty good curve runner. I think I'm a pretty good curve runner. So, I was, in 2007 in Osaka, I ran the third leg, but Tyson Gay did me really nasty in the third leg, but I'm at the start now, so I'll stick to that position until the team rearrange and I can run a third leg or a back stretch. But I think we set up the team where the person is best at running.
After the Commonwealth Games, what are your Diamond League goals? On the circuit, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I just want to win that diamond for the first time. After Commonwealth, we just want to go out there, have some more fun, and try and finish the season as strong and healthy as possible to look forward for the World Championship next year.
Talk about your camaraderie in the team, and also what are some of your other interests outside of track and field?
Well, when we make teams, pretty much everyone gel together. We make fun. It's not like a competition like the Grand Prix in New York. People don't get together and chill. But like when we have like Bahamas game just the other day, where really everyone we get along together, play games, chat, go on the beach, chill, and everyone getting ready for training. We all move together and things like that. And persons getting nervous, you talk to them about it. Try and find other stuff to do that you would do to encourage them to stay focused and get ready for the game. But persons pretty much look up to each other, and no one is too big for anyone in that particular time. World Champ is the same. Once it's a national, where the national team come together, everyone gets along good.
Some of your other interests?
And my other interest is pretty much, I'm a boring type of person, and I pretty much enjoy spending time with my family. So I try to see them as much as possible because, in track and field, you pretty much don't have any time for yourself. Especially now you're training from Sunday to Sunday, and you don't have much time to spend with family. So as much as possible, I try to call, keep in touch, and chill with friends, play dominoes. I just like to chill.
Somebody just told me you like fast cars as well. How true is that?
I do like fast cars. I do like fast cars.
How much was motivating for Michael Frater to be back on the relay team this year? As a veteran, yes.
Michael is my boy. I spoke to him the other day. He said he have an hamstring problem right now, but he's nursing it. He should be back on the track as soon as possible. I can't pinpoint a date yet. But with me handing over to Michael, it's always a world record. And persons, we wanted him to run in Bahamas, but due to his health, we rather not risk the team. But once I'm running to Michael, he always have a smooth pattern change.
You mentioned Tyson Gate's name. What do you think about his comeback to the sport and constantly racing him in Europe?
Well, I'm just happy he's coming back, more competition, and more person to run and try and beat. Tyson is a very good athlete, someone that I look up to. He's very good at competing, and I must say I respect him for that. So him coming in back, I must say I'm happy about that.
Yes, yeah, no.
Did you want to be a track and field person when you were a kid?
That's a good question. Not really, because I usually used to go out with my cousins, watch them play sport football, while I just sit there and watch. And then I usually follow them to some track and field event. So I said, while traveling with them, why not try and run? So that's where I started off with my older cousins. So I think that's where I developed the love for it.
What age did you start running?
I think probably 13, 14. Quite some time, huh?
Talk about your first time at Champs.
Oh, it was a disaster. My first
Should
time.
you explain what Champs is? It's the biggest sort of high school meeting. It's huge in Jamaica, isn't it? In the world, yeah.
Yeah. So my first time at Champs, I did the 200 and the 100. I only passed the first round. That was just the first round. No semifinal.
Any more questions? All right, we'll move to our photo opportunity with the race group. Let's hear it for Mr. Carter. Maybe too quick for the game, so just pictures now, if you please.
Everyone in this area. Thank you. Intensity. That looks so intense.